let's talk about something very important. As a newcomer to Islam, or as someone who is exiting out of marriage, sometimes it takes a while and the person does not know, how do I now build a new set of friends? So that's something very important, and here are some of the tips that will help you with that. So friend circle. So we talked about the righteous company in the earlier part. Another important thing is a true friend circle will encourage you, will empower you, and they will not put you down. So very important to be surrounded by the right types of people. If you're surrounded by people who are basically giving you the wrong image of yourself, who are putting you down, it will not be something that will be helpful for you. If you're surrounded by people who are always arguing, always, always refuting other people, oh, this is not a good enough Muslim, this is not this, this is not that. Like, are you benefiting from that? Is this type of circle helping you get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So always see that which type of circle is helping you and which type of circle is not helping you. And sometimes there will be differences. It's another very important thing. What happens is sometimes a new Muslim would come in and they would have a certain perspective on politics or the world, or they would like certain things to happen, and then they're trying to convince the other person who may be coming in from a different culture. They see the world from a different lens. So sometimes it's okay to let them have their own opinion. They're all different types of Muslims. So you may meet a few Muslims in the masjid as you're coming in new, and you're like, oh, they have a total different mentality towards the politics, or they have a totally different mentality towards activism, or they have a totally different mentality towards something. So let this thing not be a thing that you're engaged in. Is this worthwhile for you to change their opinion, or is something of more importance and a higher priority for you in your life? It's something really important for you to think. What kind of arguments and what kind of group dynamics will you engage and put your efforts in? So another thing is, like, a lot of people join different WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups, and not all those groups are productive. They may not be the best avenue for learning, for growth. You may see some of the groups doing backbiting. Again, Muslims have their own problems as well. So when you get into these groups, into these communities, make sure that you are aware of what's helping you and what's not helping you. Right? Likewise, sometimes social media may not be great for your emotional health. So cut it down. Right? You can select which things you will give your mind share. So just like you wouldn't put any types of clothes on your body, you wouldn't drink any type of food or coffee, you'll be selective of what you put inside your body. Also be selective of what kind of thoughts you let go towards your mind. At the same time, it's okay for you to be assertive and polite. If you disagree with something, if someone says, oh, why don't you wear the hijab this way? Well, just thank them. And you don't need to argue, and you don't need to comply, right? So that's very important to realize. Now, if you go to a masjid and you see people already have their small groups of friends, well, realize the masjid is there for you as well. So don't let their attitude drive you away from the masjid. You have a right, stick to it, utilize it. Use the masjid to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, you don't have to have everyone be your friend. You just need a few quality friends. So keep trying, keep talking to different people. You will identify the sisters that you can connect with. Now again, I'm not talking from a perspective of what the Muslims can do and what the masajids can do. This is something that I do in my training. Right now my content is more directed towards how the new Muslims can empower themselves. And some of this can be taught by the Muslims to the new Muslims as well, so that they can actually empower themselves as well. So if you can't find a good group, you don't see a good social network happening at your masjid, then maybe you need to own the problem. And then you find a way, you create a team, you create a support structure that will help other newcomers to the masjid. And don't forget the importance of dua and the importance of consistently trying. If you met 3 sisters, you did not like them, you did not connect, that's fine. That does not mean that all Muslims are like that. Keep mingling, keep talking to different people, go to Islamic events, volunteer for different projects, go to Islamic classes, and this is how you will build your support structure, right? Sometimes, obviously from a Muslim perspective, we should be the one who are reaching out, and we should be the one who should be connecting people with the right-minded people. But again, while this is at a lack, this does not mean that you should, disown this and you should not pursue this. And very important, look, quality over quantity. So let's say there's 100 sisters in the masjid. You don't need to be friends and close friends with all of them. If you can have 5 or 10 that agree with you, that you connect with, alhamdulillah,